Good evening. President Revel Ramkalawan is pushing for more urgency with projects that are taking a long time to complete in the Providence Industrial Zone. He made this call during a visit he conducted this afternoon at Zone 19 and Zone 20, including the Zone 20 extension, where he inspected infrastructure projects that the government, through the Industrial Estate Agency, is having problems with. President Ramkalawan got to see for himself those challenges and were able to give his immediate guidance on how to tackle these issues. The Minister for Investment, Entrepreneurship and Industry, Devika Vidot, who was accompanying the President on the visit, said that she is expecting things to move at a faster pace now that the President has given his support.
This afternoon's visit was a very fruitful one in that the President has been able to give me the support that IEA and the Ministry has been needing in terms of getting things to move at a more quicker pace. So we have made a lot of steps forward. However, we've come to a point where we've seen that a lot of decisions that have been taken have not been acted upon. So we really needed his support today to make sure that we are able to deliver on all of the decisions that we had taken at the start of our tenure.
On World AIDS Day, we remember all our Seychellois brothers and sisters living with HIV or AIDS and those who have died from AIDS. Statement made by the President in his message for the occasion, which is tomorrow, the 1st of December. President Ramkalawan says that the day reminds us once again that we are still facing that major public health challenge like the rest of the world. Seychelles is experiencing more than one pandemic at this critical time. President Ramkalawan noted that HIV, whatever progress we made in trying to end the AIDS pandemic, could now be at risk of being lost as we divert attention to COVID-19. He mentioned the 2020 report of the National AIDS Council that shows that the local response to the AIDS pandemic has been heavily impacted by COVID-19. The 2021 statistics from the Ministry of Health indicate that every month, on average, we lose 2 lives to AIDS. President Ramkalawan says that like COVID-19 prevention, HIV prevention depend primarily on the individual. He has given his commitment to lead the effort to address the issue of stigmatization and discrimination faced by those living with HIV and AIDS. On her part, the chairperson of the National Council for HIV/AIDS, Dr. Anne Gabriel, has noted that for this World AIDS Day, UNAIDS is highlighting the urgent need to end the inequalities that drive AIDS and other pandemics around the world. It says that without bold action against inequalities, the world risks missing the targets to end AIDS by 2030, as well as a prolonged COVID-19 pandemic and a spiraling social and economic crisis. It further says that although there is a perception that a time of crisis is not the right time to prioritize tackling the underlying social injustice, it is clear that without doing so, the crisis cannot be overcome. President Ramkalawan has announced the appointment of Mr. David André as the Secretary General of the newly formed Institute for Culture, Heritage and the Arts. Mr. André will continue to serve as the Mayor of Victoria during this transition period and until such time that the members of the National Assembly representing the 8 districts of Victoria will elect a new mayor. His appointment will take effect tomorrow, the 1st of December. The pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of Seychelles, Terence Payet, met with President Ramkalawan at State House this afternoon. Redeemed Church Christian Church exists in 190 countries in the world and was established in Seychelles in 2002. The church now has 11 branches in Seychelles, 9 on Mahé and one on Praslin, and the other on La Digue. The main church is situated at Les Mamelles. Pastor Terence says that they discussed mainly on the different issues that the church encounters.
We want to take the opportunity to really appreciate and extend our gratitude to the head of state, the president, for welcoming us to the State House. We had a long dialogue on various subjects, but the country itself, the well-being of the people, a lot of issues that are affecting both the country and also the church. We have discussed also on relationship or how to relate more cordially and more effectively between the state and the church. When I'm talking about the church, it's not only the Redeemed Christian Church of God, but also other evangelical churches. And there are propositions that we have made, and there are projects that we will be working on that will help the work that the government is presently doing for the betterment of the people of Seychelles.
480 million rupees is the budget approved by the National Assembly for the newly formed Seychelles Infrastructure Agency. It follows that announcement earlier this year that projects of several departments will be implemented by one agency. Its budget is separate for that of the Ministry of Land Use and Planning, which is 95 million and 48,000 rupees, a budget that is mostly for administrative tasks. Approval was also given to the budget of the Planning Authority, which is 16,500,000, an increase of 91,000 rupees compared to the previous budget. The declaration of the 29th of November as the National Heroes Day and the establishment of a memorial to be called La Place des Héros in remembrance of the late Girard Waro and other national heroes are two initiatives of the Girard Waros Foundation. The newly formed association was officially launched during a ceremony at the Orangine Hotel at Beauvallon yesterday evening in the presence of friends, collaborators and admirers of the late political hero who was assassinated in the UK on the 29th of November 1985. President Ramkalawan and Vice President Ahmed Afif were also present at the ceremony, where the President gave his full support for the Foundation's initiatives, which include bringing home Girard's body for his final rest. Businessman and ex-National Assembly member for Beauvallon, Colin Dyer, is the chairman of the Foundation. Mr. Dyer says that the association is not affiliated to any political party and that it is open to anybody.
Today, 29th of November, is and will be an important and memorable date in the history of Seychelles. It is the date when a bright, intelligent, devoted, blessed, and physically fit Seychellois patriot was gunned down in England, a country where he was forced into exile from his beloved native land, the Seychelles. 32 bullets in his body, a brutal assassination. His crime was simply because he wanted to see his country and people be free, be respected, be educated, to prosper, and where justice prevails. Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine 32 bullets in your body just to silence you. Despite all the atrocities, the spirit of liberty, justice, freedom of expression never died and will never die as long as the Almighty God exists. On October 24th, 2020, at last, the people of Seychelles took the decision in their hands to liberate themselves.
To the end of the news summary. Thank you for watching.